All right, guys, let's check out the new metal capped 2100 from G-Shock. This one is the gm-2100b-4a. Obviously, it's the red variant. $220 on the price tag using the module 5611, which is the same module they're using in all of the 2100s. So the big differences here basically are the strap and, of course, the metal and then the colorways. There are a few different other colorways, and I hope, I'm 100% sure, honestly, that there will be plenty more to choose from in the future. So what are the huge differences between this one and those? Like, we're going to cover a couple things, but really, I'm going to provide a link down in the description to an awesome video that you probably already watched that my buddy Jason over at Design Atelier, am I saying that right? I'm probably butchering that. He did an amazing video on it. And he actually took them both apart, and you can see the core construction of them. They are different. So the parts are probably not going to be swappable. Maybe the straps, that's about it, if even that. I think you might be able to because they do have a quick release on them. So I think those might be interchangeable, but you're not going to be able to swap the other parts. So it is a different base construction. So what do we get with this one? I got a couple different measurements because I'm trying to be fair. So if I measure from this button to this button, so it'd be like eliminating the crown guards and everything, I measure 43.5 millimeter. But if I measure the absolute width of it, it's 44.8. That's why these wear really good. I think because this is the measurement that we usually go by. If you were to measure the width of any traditional watch with the crown guards and everything like that, they're probably very similar to what this one is. And then the lug-to-lug on it is basically like 49 millimeter. So again, that's a very good size overall. Thickness, only 11.75. I think these might actually even be thicker. I can't remember. Nope, it's a little bit thinner. But honestly, for some reason, the metal one just looks thinner. And I think it's maybe just because of the gloss on it and everything like that. I love the metal ones. I can't wait for more models to come out. And honestly, I would have bought the other colorways, but I really wanted the red. No, they were all sold out. I would have bought all of them, honestly. I slept on them a little bit, and I ended up only being able to pick up the red one. Some of them, like the blue one and the green one, I think the blue restocked there for a little bit, and then there was like a silver one. The blue and the green and the red were my three favorite, obviously. I like to have color when I do G-Shocks. For the most part, I think it just adds more interest to them. And this red looks way better in person, or in the metal in this case, than the pictures would ever allude to. And it looks stunning on wrist and outside and everything like that. And it's extremely comfortable. This strap is very nice. It feels a little more premium than this white one, and then definitely the jellies. If you've ever had a more of a jelly type G-Shock, they're fine, they're comfortable, but the transparent type cases on them are just, they feel a little cheap, a little childish. So in this configuration, it weighs in at 72 gram. For comparison, this standard model here, the white one, weighs in at 50 gram. So bump it up, you know, a little bit of weight. Do I feel it? Yeah, I mean, I can tell, but even at 72 gram, it's still really light. So regardless, I was not a fan of the 2100s when they came out. I just wasn't. I don't know why. I think when I think of G-Shock, I think digital. I want digital G-Shocks, and that's my primary love of the brand, is in the digital series. But as far as analog goes, I would have to say that the 2100 is my favorite. There's no ticking second, you know, from the hands. Of course, you do have it running in the digital portion, but pretty much all of these 2100s, with the exception of maybe one or two models that have a positive display, pretty much all of them absolutely are terrible for reading the small screen on there. So it is what it is. Like, you have to actually look at it and focus, and this red is no different. The red is actually difficult to read as well. Contrasting on the indexes would have made it even more legible. You know, maybe loom them up, G-Shock, Casio guys. I know you guys listened to me and did the rubber keepers and got rid of the metal ones. So maybe listen to me on this one too. Let's do some loom indexes. And if we're going to loom those up, why don't we just bump the loom up on the indexes and the hour and minute hand? Just give us that. And I'll you know, give you a full pass for design, you know, with going to red screen or the negative screens on those. and not being able to read those, I will take that trade-off for loomed index and stronger loom all around. I don't think I'm asking for too much. So is this worth 220 bucks? Probably not when you can buy one of these for 100 bucks. Like if you're trying to justify spending twice as much just to have a metal case on it in a different colorway, then you're not doing it right. You know, because if you just want a regular G-Shock and an analog configuration, you can probably find even cheaper ones. But if you want the 2100, you basically can pick them up for 100 bucks and just move on and be done, right? However, G-Shock makes watch collecting fun. I don't even wear these watches and I keep buying them because they're interesting, they're fun, they're affordable, they're approachable. I know 220 still is a lot of money to a lot of people, including myself. You know, 220 is still a lot of money, but it's definitely easier than collecting like luxury watches, and I feel like they're just phenomenal watches. It still has a mineral crystal, so maybe one day, I guarantee you we'll see it, just like we've seen in the squares, where we've seen the titanium with the sapphire crystal, or even, you know, the $600 metal ones like this. We will see, in time, we will see a full metal with bracelet on one of these. I'm pretty confident in that, and I will be in line to pick one up. I'll buy one. Maybe even a gold one. Make a Bling Master 2100. I'm in. G-Shock. Make a Bling Master 2100. I'm on board. If you made a titanium one and did a sapphire crystal, I'm on board. I'm going to buy one. It'll probably be 1,700 bucks. Well, it better be less because there's no solar, there's no Bluetooth connectivity for, you know, accurate timekeeping, and there's no multiband. So maybe we could update that, but I doubt they will do that. I think they'll do the other things before they actually even do that. So whether it's the standard 2100s or the squares or whatever like that, I mean, look at how much easier these are to read when they just put the white on the indexes. That makes it just more like a regular watch. Yeah, it's way easier. And it actually makes it look like, I don't know, more balanced, larger, all that stuff. So I'm excited to see what G-Shock does with colorways. Let me pop this on wrist. I've babbled long enough and not really said much. But here it is on my 7 1/4. Guys, it looks perfect. It feels perfect. It's a gem. So if you're already a 2100 fan, definitely try out one of these metal ones. You're not going to be disappointed. It straight up feels better on wrist to me. I don't know why. It just feels that, maybe it's just that extra weight or something. It just feels like a little more premium. I got that one's all tangled up. Than say like this one. And these ones feel great too, but the metal one just, it's just better. It just feels better. So check them out. Let's zoom in real quick. We'll do the or no, I'm not doing the light shot. We're zooming in. Let's zoom in, take a closer look at this. You can see it almost has like a metal look to it. Look how dirty the cut is on the handset too. That's kind of a bummer there. I know Casio can do better than that, but they're just rushing them. So they could have cleaned up the handset a little bit on that. You can see a little bit of rough edge. You can see the LCD there. It's fine to read when you look up close, but it's like when it's on your wrist and you're just trying to catch the time, it becomes a little challenging. Excellent finish on this. Nice oversized buttons. Did I talk about the modes? No, I didn't talk about the modes. You can cycle through mode. You have your world time. You have your stopwatch. You function these with this button and then adjust to reset. You have your countdown timer. You have your alarms, and then back to time and date. So it's October 5th. Adjusting is easy. Just hold it down and then you cycle through. That's all intuitive stuff, guys. There's already videos out there. I'm going to babble too long. The light feature on this, let's kill the lights and check the light. So there's the loom. You can see it's not bad, but where's the indexes? We need to loom those. So when you loom it up, you know, it kind of helps you read the analog. But you can read the LCD a little bit better. And there's the time. If you click the button down below, it'll go to time instead of date. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next vid.